right, welcome back, welcome in, and bear down, and we are getting right back into it. Free agency is well underway. It's pretty much over for the Bears at this point. We'll be adding some small names as it goes along, but now the focus turns to pro days and top 30 visits. And if we look at last year, how it went, what it's going to be right now is we're going to focus on pro days from now until about the end of March. Then when the league meetings hit, they're going to have the organized league meetings for a couple days there at the end of March. Then it will turn to the top 30 visits at Halas Hall. So here's your calendar schedule. Top 30 visits underway. They can be underway now. Combine through April 16th is when those have to be finalized. Pro days happening now through April 1st. I'll give you an update on those pro days and what's happening. Then the annual league meetings will happen on March 30th, and then teams can meet with the new coaches. They can begin their offseason workouts. But let's get into these completed pro days so far. And I highlighted some of the main players the Bears could be interested in. I'm not saying they are necessarily interested in these specific players, but ones that fit the Bears' needs, and some of them that we've met with at the Combine, at All-Star events. So you see as you go from left to right, completed pro days, ones that are done so far. CJ West with Indiana. Right there, and I just put the PFF ranking. I didn't put every single ranking on there. PFF, I know, is not the end-all, be-all, but I just used their ranking. Marcus Mbo, he was from Purdue, and then you got Afton Chisholm, who really shined in the Shrine Bowl as well. Wide receiver out of Eastern Michigan. When Washington State had Kyle Williams, who I like as a really good prospect for the Bears. Jack Nelson, good tackle option for the Bears from Wisconsin. And then as you see, March 11th on the right, Maxwell Harrison, cornerback out of Kentucky. Deion Walker, huge defensive tackle out of Kentucky. Now, PFF's ranking has him at 102, but he's looking more like, 50s, 60s. So maybe I should have used a different one than PFF. But get to Oklahoma, Billy Bowman, safety. Danny Stuntsman, linebacker, and Ethan Downs, late round edge. And then Tennessee, James Pierce Jr., Omar Norman Lott, Dylan Sampson, Deontay Thornton, who ran a 4.340 at the Combine, and Brew McCoy as well are some good options. And then also one of the bigger ones. This is from March 12th, 13th, and 14th, so just the most recent ones. Over on the right there, I know it's hard to follow the arrows with some of these. Let me take the little pointer here, and you can see here, if we use the bear down pointer right here, Georgia, follow this line right here. Georgia, all these, there was a ton of them. And the Bears did come out to Georgia's pro day. And the surprising one, I mean, you'd think they spent a lot of time with Mykel Williams, but from reports, sounds like the Bears spent a significant amount of time with Jalen Walker, the linebacker. So many have him going mid-first round. He went out to dinner with the Falcons, it sounds like. So the Falcons are interested later than us. Tate Ratledge was fun to listen to his interviews. So if you get a chance, you can go just, Google in YouTube some of the interviews of some of these guys. I really like Tate Ratledge's interview. Jared Wilson sounded really poised. And we know that Ryan Poles likes his intelligent sounding, those that seem to know what they're talking about type of players. So several of them fit that bill, but the Bears were in full force there. The other one that you heard the Bears in full force was at Illinois' pro day. That might just be because it's around the corner. But 3 representatives at least at the Illinois Pro Day. And really the only 2 that stuck out from Illinois was Pat Bryant and Zachary Franklin, who are 2 potentials there. So other ones, Holland Pierce from Rutgers. The Bears met with him at the Combine. And then USC, Jonah Monheim, Keely Arnold, and Jalen Smith are decent options for the Bears there. Clemson with Barrett Carter, Jake Brenningsul, and R.J. Mickens. And then Colorado State, Torrey Horn. These are ones that, these are completed pro days. And you get down here, Delaware, with the running back Marcus Yarns, who's been kind of a standout. And then for Georgia Tech, Jackson Haws as well. So those are some of the big names that have had their pro days so far. I don't really have the results on here. Trying to, kind of comb through things, which ones the Bears have been to. They have not been out in full force to all of them, but there has been a good showing to a decent amount of these. So where the Bears go from here, we'll see how they schedule their top 30 visits, but let's look at the ones that are happening today now. And these are the ones coming up this week. Now, I mentioned before the other day, I had video I posted. If you go on my shorts, you can, on my short videos, if you go on my short videos, you can look up, if you just type in there, Big 12 Pro Day. Last year, I decided to go attend Big 12 Pro Day, and it was a lot of fun, and that's where I saw Austin Booker, and I actually took a video of Austin Booker running the 40 and doing his exercises and his drills. A lot of fun for me because it's the first pro day, a big pro day like this. The Big 12 combines there, so the entire conference will do their pro day together, and that's tomorrow for the next couple days. As for today, St. Patrick's Day, hey, St. Patrick's Day, good luck to all of you. Luck of the Irish. I've got how much I have? I think something like 12% Irish in me. So if you look closely at my beard, you'll see a little red hue. Murphy is a family name of mine. That's my grandmother's maiden name, Murphy. So anyways, I tangent. But today, March 17th, for Arkansas's Pro Day, Landon Jackson, who many of us are interested in. I'm very interested in the Bears taking him with a second-round selection. So they'll Arkansas, and we'll see if the Bears have anybody out there for Arkansas's Pro Day. Oregon State has Joshua Gray, who the Bears have shown interest in as well. Late-round guard, Joshua Gray. And then you come down here to Syracuse, and there's quite a few. LaQuint Allen, running back, Elijah Clark, safety, and tight end Oronde Gadsden, who's a late-round tight end option as well. And then UCLA, who the Bears have been tied to both the linebackers, Carson Schlesinger and Kane Medrano, as well as edge Oluwafemi Oladejo. So all three of those are decent options for the Bears to keep some tabs on. So I'll give other updates on players to watch as we get closer, but there's just limited room here. If you can see from the screen, it's a limited spot to put these guys. So I'm going to focus day by day, and here's this one, and then we'll get into the major pro day here of the Big 12, and I'm going to try to find on NFL Network or somewhere if they have that televised, because that's a lot of fun. A couple of big players I want to watch from this one, so that'll be a big one. But I'd like to hear how things go with Landon Jackson. I'll try to get you guys as many updates as I can. We kind of went on a little hiatus as free agency started. It was hard to track all of this with pro days and where the Bears were at. I can tell you they've been primarily, the biggest showings they've had so far was at Illinois and at Georgia. They showed up big to Georgia, and Jalen Walker was the big name there that the Bears were really interested in. So they obviously met with several guys here. I'm not saying they didn't meet with multiple people here. In fact, I saw stuff where they met with Benjamin Urosek, and they just talked to them as they go throughout the pro day. So I'm not saying they sat down and drilled them and did a top 30 visit, but it was, they met with Mikael Williams, and so there was good options for the Bears to get eyes on a lot of players here at Georgia's pro day. But it sounded like they honed in and they spent a significant amount of time with Jalen Walker. So interesting to keep their eyes there. Even though PFF has him at 30, most places have him around 15 to 18 to 20. And the Bears, that's an interesting one because he is very multi-versatile. Plays linebacker, but he can line up on the edge. He can be an outside linebacker role where he's a little bit smaller, 6'3", 245, so he's not your Dennis Allen prototypical edge position guy, but he can line up and he can play your edge defender really well. So it'll be interesting if the Bears spend some more time with Jalen Walker, if they plan on bringing him in to make him a future linebacker to replace Tremaine Edmonds, or if they are looking to put him down the knuckles in the grass and make him an edge. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. But again, here's the ones for tomorrow, and then the week following that, these are all of them. You can pause this if you want to. You can kind of see some of them. There'll be some more significant than others, but I'll continue to update you as we go along through this. And then right here, in between here, is when the league meetings happen. And then right after this, last year around April 2nd is when you saw tons of top 30 visits scheduled and coming in. And that whole next week was just bombarded by them. You'll see that same thing. You'll see some filtering in before now. And in fact, we know Will Campbell and Ashton Jeanty are the two that are scheduled so far. Those are the two that have been leaked, that have been told that they have top 30 visits. And so you'll have those two, and then you'll have many more coming in as well. So we'll follow that as it goes along. But as of now, like I said, these are the only two that are scheduled. There will be 28 plus the ones from Illinois and Notre Dame, and the ones that are local that you don't have to count against your top 30. They will be included as well. So just our update, letting you guys know where things stand with the Bears. I know that a lot of us like to know these things, but it's hard to track all this stuff. So those are the updates with the Bears. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in, being a part of this. I will update you when we know more on that, when we get top 30 visits, and we're a month away, a month and 1 week from right now. We are away from the NFL draft, so that's pretty big stuff. So until next time, appreciate you guys tuning in. Bear down.